Guys, what made you realize this girl is definitely not into me? Gave a girl at work my number on a piece of paper and she handed it right back and said we talk at work all the time, so let's keep doing that. That sucks. But gotta give it to her. She ripped off the band-aid fast. No ambiguity in that rejection. We set up a date. She stood me up. When I asked her, she simply said she forgot. Been there. Except she didn't even respond when I asked. Asked a girl if she wanted to grab lunch together sometime. She said she was busy that day, which was interesting as I never specified a day. Damn, she said hard pass. I went out to a restaurant bar with 4 buddies. Some ladies sent over a round of drinks. To my 4 buddies. I'm guessing they must have specifically told the waiter give every one of those strangers a drink except Quasimodo in the corner there. Make sure he is painfully aware that he does not get a drink. Went to her apartment. Then I helped her with Tinder. I went to a chick's apartment once and she had another girlfriend of hers over and they spent a good amount of time rating dudes on Bumble. And proceeded to get about 50 matches in the 5 hours I was there. I was like, WTF am I doing here? Then got drunk and left via Uber. Back in college. I took a girl on a lunch date. We had a really nice time. When it was getting time to leave, I told her I had to get to work. She said, where do you work? I said McDonald's and I literally could see her attitude shift in 1 second. Oh. Cool. Double quote. So as I'm driving her home, I said, so can we hang out again? She replies, yeah. Totally. Double quote. So the next day I text and ask if she wants to hang. She never responded. Unless the girl directly says to me I am into you. Or some variation. I will assume. By default. That they are not into me. Uninterested until proven interested. Not a guy. But I was in a club and wanted to go to the bathroom. He kept pulling me back into his lap. I tried to explain and he wouldn't listen. So I peed in his lap. You have to assert your dominance. Asked her to senior prom. She said yes, but when we got there she ditched me to hang out with another guy she liked. Wasn't too bad though, cause I danced with another girl who I got along better with. She really only talked to me when she needed something. I had a friend like that. Complete sponge. Used to invite me to hang out at a bar with her, but she'd turn up with no money. Apparently. So I always had to pay. When I'd had enough of it I stopped buying her drinks all the time and suddenly, we didn't hang out anymore. Now there's a surprise. When she used to give everyone hugs but only ever offered me a high five. Maybe because you live in a village and she's into city boys. Stopped texting first and realized that she never texted me for 3 days. It was totally one-sided. An actual girlfriend ran this experiment and found that I didn't text her for a week. Some people are just shitty, i.e. me. My BF status didn't survive this experiment. But I learned from it. I told them I had feelings for them. They responded with, I'm dying. Dying literally or just laughing? At a bar with some friends. My boy John starts trying to chat up this girl and her friends. I approach and try to wingman. This girl makes hard eye contact and says, well, it was great meeting you guys. Double quote. I, of course, say likewise and drag off John to go explain to his dumbers how to recognize when girls are politely telling you to FCK off. We spent the day together. Slept together. She told me she loved me, then FK'd her co-worker at her Christmas party that evening. This. Expect it was 2 of my friends. 1 a best friend. But she had a thing with him first and they did tell me she belonged to the streets, lol. Jokes aside, still bothers me a bit. Killed one of my longest friendships. When you go in for a hug and she gives you the side hug. A classmate figured out another classmate and I were sleeping together because I give every woman the one-armed side hug and I gave her a bear hug and picked her up. She thought we would start making out right there. So our secret was out. Anyway. She ended up being the worst f-king person I ever met. when she asked me if I knew if my friend was interested in anybody. I was only just starting to maybe have a crush on her, so it didn't hurt. But like, definitely wasn't pleasant lol. Yo, I had something like that happen to me. A girl messaged me and was like, so I have a question, and I was like, what's up? And she said, okay, I hope this isn't weird, but it's just been on my mind. And then after a little bit she texts, is Larry single? He wasn't. She gave me a thin paper wristband she has made which said the wristband of friendship. Edit. Holy shit, this blew up. Thank you for the kind words. F's and awards, but please don't spend your precious money on me. You guys made my day anyways. I've heard them all. I like you as a friend. I think we should see other people. I know speak English. I'm married to the sea. I don't wanna kill you, but I will. I'm not gay, but I'll learn. When every conversation is abruptly ended by lol or haha, true. Any one word response really. I asked her out. She said you. Really? Jesus. You don't need her anyways. Closed responses to leading or intuitive chatter. E.g. just saying yes. No. Not really. etc. When asked questions that could easily lead to more conversation. The sad thing is my boyfriend in high school was like that with me because he liked me so much he got nervous and couldn't figure out what to say. We flirted for several weeks. Hung out every day. I kept feeling a closer and closer connection, but due to circumstances I could not control, we were never alone enough together for me to test it. Had some friends plan a camping trip and I invited her and she said yes. I even specifically told her there's gonna be 2 couples there, so we're gonna be in a tent, just the 2 of us. She said yeah, she knows. Get to the trip. We have a few drinks and I ask her if she wants to take a walk with me to look at stars. I get it. It's corny. Shut up. Once we're a little away from everyone I tell her how much I like her and attempt to go in for a kiss. Nope. Sorry chips conquiso. I'm not what you're looking for, shattered me. Utterly gutted. When I expressed interest and she recoiled in horror and told me I was embarrassing her. She said I'm not ready to be in a relationship. And proceeds to get into a relationship. RIP me. I hope she's happy though. I really do. She left out the with you part. The teacher assigned my crush to dance with me. She screamed no and chose another guy. Edit. I'll give more context. So this was our graduation trip. And it's the last day of it. It was compulsory that everyone chose a partner of the opposite sex to dance with. Me having a crush on her was quite well known in my class. So all of them, including my teacher, suggested that I dance with her. And of course she refused and chose another random dude. I had to find another girl from another class that I never even talked to. Feels so bad, man. I asked for her number and she offered to give me her email address instead. If you were a stranger, that's not unreasonable. I only give my number to doctors, family, and friends. I once went on a date with this girl. Bought her dinner. Went downstairs to the bar nightclub for a drink afterwards. She ran into some girlfriends and just went over to their table. Sat down and started chatting and drinking. I sat alone for about 20 minutes. Then just left without saying anything. Never heard from her again. I can't imagine what I would do in this situation for 20 minutes. That's so rude of her. Comic Sunset smile. I didn't realize. Until I asked her out. We had been talking and hanging out for a few months. She and I had matching personalities and we were both more energetic around each other than around others. I had a massive crush and I felt like taking a chance, so I told her I liked her. And she said damn. I'm really sorry. I feel we're better off as friends. I guess I didn't realize she wasn't into me until she said as such. I moped for a while before finally being able to have a shit happens attitude towards it. Nowadays she's happily with someone. Our friendship has faded away. Which is actually more upsetting than being rejected romantically. I'm still single. But I'm happily single, so it's alright. If I ever feel that feeling again, I will always take that risk. Sunset, it's been 7 years since then and I haven't felt that feeling yet. Edit. Reading all the replies. I still have a lot to learn and digest. I appreciate everyone's input. Asked a girl out and she said I can't, it's my girlfriend's and I 2-month anniversary. She is straight BTW. I wouldn't want to go on a date with someone who has such poor grammar either. I just assume by default that people do not like me. When they are nice and warm to me, I assume that's out of their courtesy. I assume I suck too much to have anyone feel that way towards me. So they're just being nice. By the way, I'm not depressed or anything. To the guy who was worried for my mental health. Thanks for your concern. But I'm fine. I only assume I suck when it comes to other people's views of me in terms of love and stuff. In almost every other aspect I think I'm pretty okay. So I was on one of the nightly FaceTime calls with this girl I was super into. Then at around 4 in the morning. She says that she is getting a call from someone and needed to answer. The next morning I see her Snapchat story of her on FaceTime with another guy. The next night I call her and she says she is already on call with someone and it turns out to be the same guy. We lost touch and I am pretty sure those two got together. Edit. I showed this post to her and said thanks for the karma. She found it funny and she said that at that time she was into me but she just lost feelings and met another guy. We had a good laugh about it, LMAO. Also, I am in a relationship at the moment. We both moved on but she moved on a lot quicker. We had been fooling around for a bit and I had hopes of pursuing a relationship. She knew I had an app that I wouldn't be using that summer, college, and she needed a place to store some things. After a date I brought her back to my place for the first time and she quietly said, "This will do nicely." And I had a realization that I had been played. She stored her stuff for a bit and I have barely seen her since. Would be a shame if someone sold or gave away all of her shit. Also I have to tell this because it's hilarious and I know for a fact it's true. A girl I know was dating a guy who turned out to be married. The wife found out but stayed with the husband. So the guy gets in a car accident and the side chick girl calls to see if he's okay. The dude tells her he has amnesia and doesn't remember her and he's with his wife now. Homeboy done said he got amnesia to get rid of the side chick. The ol getting in a car accident and faking amnesia to get rid of someone. Can only use that one once. When I feel like I have to constantly be the one that has to start the conversation. That it takes so long for them to answer. Or worse, that they sometimes don't answer at all. I can sometimes get the conversation going again in that last case. But if it happens 2 or 3 more times, I'm usually done. It's pretty clear to me. Other cases she shows a clear interest to someone else. Or starts dating someone else. And this has happened to me so many times. I guess I'm not that good at online chatting. Or not interesting at all. Or that I don't know when it's time to be more direct. She doesn't facilitate conversation. I'm not saying she talks day and night to you, though that's definitely a good sign. But if you start talking to her and she doesn't really ever help it go anywhere, is a good sign she's not into you. For me, it's always about finding out if she likes me or not by slow escalation. Say hey to her. Ask how she's doing. Joking small talk. Asking for a way to communicate. Phone number. Facebook. Getting into more discussion to find commonalities. If up to that point she's not dismissive, I ask her out. Yalf industrial out quick if she's into you or not at that point. Can I have time to think about it? Then nothing. Radio silence for like a month. Next time we talked it's as if that moment never happened. I've had every rejection under the sun used on me. Laughter. A straight up no. Coming up with an excuse halfway through the date to leave. Being ghosted. It's not you, it's me. Etc. One even claimed that she liked me but her parents didn't approve of me so nothing could happen. Only to find out later that her parents actually thought I was great and would repeatedly ask her about me. In that case I think she just wanted sex and nothing more, which I should have seen from the start. But that one. Can I have time to think about it? Damn. I'm over it now. But I'll never forget how much it hurt. when they couldn't remember any conversation we previously had, and made the excuse that their phone's text history resets every day. Didn't take a rocket surgeon to figure out she deleted them herself. In my case, when we hang out, I tried so damn hard to entertain, to keep the flow of the conversation. She was just focused on other stuff and seems distant. I used to work with 2 girls in an auto shop years ago. Was really into one of them. I asked her out. She said maybe another time and I let it go, but still had hope. A few weeks later I had to come back to work as I'd forgotten my wallet. The 2 women that worked there were passionately making out. I then realized that as a lesbian this girl was quite penis averse and my hopes of another time were quickly dashed into oblivion.